Ghislaine Maxwell is set to have her deposition taken on Monday by the House Oversight Committee, and she has now given notice that she refuses to testify about anything. She says that she will simply be invoking the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination, despite already being incriminated as a child sex trafficker, and the United States Supreme Court has rejected all of her appeals. So she has nowhere else to go at this point. So I don't think she even has a right to claim the Fifth Amendment at this stage. But she says that she won't even answer questions on a question-by-question basis on Monday when her deposition is set to take place. Instead, she says that at the beginning of her deposition, she will be reading a statement, or her lawyer will be reading a statement, stating that she will be pleading the Fifth Amendment to each and every question that the Congress members will ask her, such that she doesn't even want to take individual questions. She just says, I'm going to make a blanket assertion of the Fifth Amendment. In my own personal view, this is entirely unacceptable. And this is part of the Trump MAGA cover-up right here. Now, as you know, Ghislaine Maxwell did not invoke the Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination when she spoke to Donald Trump's attorney, or I should say the number 2 at the Department of Justice, Trump's former criminal defense attorney, Todd Blanche. She was sure willing to speak to him and lie through her teeth. Oh, I've never seen Donald engage in anything untoward or inappropriate. I knew nothing about any lists. I knew nothing about any improper conduct at all. Really, because you're all over the damn files knowing about the heinous and despicable acts, and you went through a federal trial where you were convicted of child sex trafficking by a unanimous jury. But she was willing to talk to Todd Blanche there. Then she got moved to Club Med, to Camp Bryant in Texas, where she now gets VIP treatment at a minimum security facility where convicted sex traffickers were previously banned from. And anyone at that facility who speaks out against her, they get put into maximum security facilities by the Bureau of Prisons, which has been utilized by the Trump regime to protect Ghislaine Maxwell while screwing over everybody else. Now, Ghislaine Maxwell has testified before in proceedings. She's testified in 2016 in depositions, in 2015 in depositions. So let me share this deposition that she was testifying in back in 2015, a video recorded deposition. And you'll see, again, just how creepy it is knowing now after we've reviewed the files, everything she knows. So she was willing to testify then. Here's what she said. Play this clip.
Did Jeffrey Epstein have a scheme to recruit underage girls for sexual massages?
Object to Foreign Foundation.
If you know.
So, I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's more from her testimony. Let's play this clip.
Can you list for me all the girls that you have met and brought to Jeffrey Epstein's house that were under the age of 18?
Object to the Foreign Foundation.
I could only recall my family members that were there, and I could not make a list of anyone else because that list never happened. But I can think of.
I'm talking about during the time that you were working for Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
Can you list all the girls that you found for Jeffrey Epstein that were under the age of 18 to come work for him in any capacity?
Object to the Foreign Foundation.
So I didn't find girls. I didn't look for girls.
You choose the word.
Well, no, you don't choose the word. If you have a question, ask it.
List all of the girls that you met and brought to Jeffrey Epstein's home for the purposes of employment that were under the age of 18.
Object to the Foreign Foundation.
I've already characterized what my job was, which was to find people, adults, professional people, to do the types of jobs that I listed before. Pool person, secretary, house person, chef, pilot,
But I'm
architect.
talking about individuals under the age of 18, not adult persons, individuals under the age of 18.
I only looked for people, tried to find people to fill professional jobs in professional situations.
Finally, here's a little bit more from her testimony as well.
Who were the other 17-year-old mistresses they were aware of?
I'm not aware of any.
Were there any 16-year-old masseuses you were aware of?
I'm not aware.
Any 15?
Look, I just want to be clear. The only person that I'm aware of who claims to have been, we have to, whilst I've established that I was 17, given that she has changed her age so many times, the only person that I'm aware of that was a masseuse at the time when I was present in the house.
Also in 2014, Ghislaine Maxwell gave a speech at the United Nations to promote her company Terramar. Here's when she spoke in front of the United Nations representing civil society while she was involved in a child sex trafficking ring. Here, play this clip.
First of all, Your Excellencies, Presidents, Lords, ladies and gentlemen, I just would like to thank you so much, and it's such an honor to be here. I'm here representing civil society. My passion for the ocean, for those of you, there's a slideshow going up there, so you don't just have to hear me, you can see the pictures as well. Started when I was a little girl. I grew up watching Jacques Cousteau on TV and became mesmerized with the oceans. It led to me becoming a deep worker submersible pilot. And ultimately, on one of my first dives, where I went down expecting to see a fish, I switched on the lights at the bottom of the ocean and saw a plastic hanger.
A new year, colder days. This is the moment your winter wardrobe really has to deliver. If you're craving a winter reset, start with pieces truly made to last season after season. Quince brings together premium materials, thoughtful design, and enduring quality, so you stay warm, look sharp, and feel your best all season long. Quince has everything you need. Men's Mongolian cashmere sweaters, wool coats, leather and suede outwear that actually hold up to daily wear and still look good. Their outwear is especially impressive. Think down jackets, wool coats, and Italian leather outwear that keep you warm when it's actually cold. Each piece is made from premium materials by trusted factories that meet rigorous standards for craftsmanship and ethical production. By cutting out the middlemen and traditional markups, Quince delivers the same quality as luxury brands at a fraction of the price. The result is classic styles you'll love that hold up year after year. Here's my personal favorite, that cashmere sweater from Quince. It's ridiculously soft and doesn't break the bank. Refresh your winter wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/Meidas for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Meidas. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Meidas.
Now, she was certainly willing to talk with Todd Blanche, Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyer, turned number 2 at the Department of Justice, when he said, "So during the time you were with Epstein, did you ever see any sort of like black book at all?" Here, play this clip.
During the time that you were with Mr. Epstein, and even in the 2000s when you were around less frequently, you never observed or you never saw any sort of list or black book or a list of individuals who linked to certain masseuses or
Absolutely
anything
no.
like that?
Absolutely no. There is no list.
What about Donald Trump? Was he ever inappropriate with anybody, Ghislaine? This is what she said to Todd Blanche when he questioned her as part of Donald Trump's cover-up. Play this clip.
I don't recall ever seeing him in his house, for instance. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
Now, I want to explain to you why Ghislaine Maxwell also is saying that she wants to make a blanket assertion of the Fifth Amendment and not have to assert the Fifth Amendment to each question that she gets asked, because she doesn't want to have to respond to questions like this. Are you aware of Donald Trump having sex with any underage girls? And she doesn't want to be on camera, and Donald Trump doesn't want her on camera saying, "Based on the advice of counsel, I hereby invoke my Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination." Are you aware, Miss Maxwell, of Donald Trump being involved in the child sex trafficking ring run by Jeffrey Epstein and yourself? I can't answer that question on the advice of counsel. I must invoke my Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. Remember when Epstein was asked questions in his depositions before he was arrested again in 2019 and he mysteriously died thereafter? Remember how he answered questions like that? Here, play this clip. Remember what Donald Trump said about people who invoke the Fifth Amendment? Let's play this clip.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
The mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
And here's what Trump's biographer, who's someone potentially going to be the biographer of Jeffrey Epstein, here's what Michael Wolff had to say about Ghislaine. Let's play this clip right here.
Now, this is a key issue right now in the way the White House is looking at the Epstein scandal. The fear is that Ghislaine Maxwell can tie Donald Trump to the details of what Trump and Epstein called the Pussy Committee. The Pussy Committee consisted of Trump and Epstein in their efforts to get girls for Prince Andrew.
So here's what I think Democrats should demand. I think Democrats should demand that they be able to ask her those questions. I don't think that she should be the issue with her invoking the Fifth Amendment is, would you give her immunity, congressional immunity? Which I don't know how it's a valid. I would challenge and litigate her claim of asserting the Fifth Amendment when she's already been incriminated, and I would say she's waived it when she spoke with Todd Blanche to begin with. But if I was the Democrats, here's what I would do. We know she lies about everything, right? You saw the earlier deposition clips of her, right? She's not going to tell the truth on any topic at all. So here's what I would do, though. If I were the Democrats, I would insist in the House Oversight Committee. We still want to ask her questions. Ask the questions. Did you see Donald Trump with underage girls? Did you see Donald Trump have sex with underage girls? Did you see Donald Trump engage in sex trafficking? Did you see Donald Trump brag about this? Did you see Donald Trump do that? Do you believe Donald Trump had Jeffrey Epstein killed? Ask the questions. And then have her say, under the advice of counsel, I plead the Fifth. Then take that tape and show it to the public. That's exactly and that's what James Comer, who runs the House Oversight Committee, wants to avoid as well. He doesn't want that captured on video, that moment. So they're going to try to avoid that, the Republicans, because they don't want her on tape invoking the Fifth when a Democrat asks her that question about Trump engaging in potential criminal activity. Democrats should insist that they be able. Who is she to set the rules? A convicted child sex trafficker? Who is she to dictate the rules that she just gets to read a blanket statement that says, at the outset, I'm here by telling you I will not answer questions and I will just invoke the Fifth. Say no. Say, sit there. Shut up. You're a convicted child sex trafficker. We're going to ask you questions. And if you want to invoke your Fifth, but shut up. The hell do you think you are? Shut up. As I hit my mic. That's what I would say. Answer the questions, convicted child sex trafficker. And if you want to invoke the Fifth, then we'll publish the video in public. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to add the MeidasTouch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts for new updates every single day.